All right, back with another cold calling, warm calling, prospect following up, quoting, and closing deals video. I've been getting a lot of requests for this, so I'm just going to dive straight into some of these calls. And let's just try to see if we can make some magic happen. My main goal here, guys, is to try to show you how I go about. So these are already quoted customers. I've sent out the quote. Usually I send the quote out and I wait about 10 to 15, 20 minutes to at least let the customer see the quote in their email, review it. I call them to follow up. This guy already kind of told me it's too much, but I'm going to just shoot for it anyway. Always get the no. Get them to say no. Don't just take that as the first objection and roll over and die. So get in there, get a no. I'm going to get him to tell me, hey, it's too much, I don't want it. No worries, sir. This is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. I was calling regarding the quote that I sent over for your truck. Feel free to call me back. My number is 310-747-4157. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. That's it. Next one. All right. This is a good one, baby. We're going to get this one. Let's go. Good contractor. Got him a bunch of quotes for GL, work comp, and the auto. Yeah, this is Chris from Adelphia Insurance. How's it going? Was just calling about the general liability and workers' comp quotes that I sent over to you. Ivan, did you get a chance to review those? The ones I sent over?
Thank you for your time, but I got it cheaper somewhere else.
No problem. Which carrier did you end up? Did you already sign another policy?
I haven't yet, but I mean, I've already compared, and yeah, they're a lot more affordable.
No problem. Ivan, which carriers are you getting quotes from, and what are their rates looking like? Which carriers are you getting quotes from that are cheaper? Just out of curiosity.
Honestly, I don't want to disclose that. I got two quotes that are cheaper.
No problem. The only reason I ask, I'm just, it's shocking to me. CNA is one of the best rates out there for general liability and workers' comp. I just want to make sure, they're not quoting you with something completely different, like on the payroll or the revenue. Those are kind of the biggest factors that drive the rate of the general liability and workers' comp. And like I said, CNA, as far as the admitted companies, standard quality, admitted companies are, California-backed surety fund companies that are admitted in the state of California. I just have to assume maybe they're probably quoting you with like a non-standard company, or maybe the payroll and revenue they're quoting you with is off. Is that possible by chance? This quote is with CNA. It's an excellent A-rated, excellent carrier. Like I said, their rates are, just completely, we represent multiple companies, not just one company. So we see all the different companies. Their rates have been probably the most competitive out there that we've seen. So that's why I'm just a bit shocked that you're saying that there's something significantly cheaper. I would, very curious to see which carriers that might be. So yeah, this is an excellent quality company. On top of, being a good rate, it's also, they're excellent with handling claims. If you're ever in a situation where there's an incident or a claim, Ivan, it's a company that's got your back. It's not just going to be, a company you don't hear from for 2 weeks or 3 weeks if there's a claim. Like they actually protect you in these scenarios and situations. God forbid it ever does happen. A lot of people think it doesn't, but it does happen. Those claims do come up. So yeah, do you know what kind of quality? Is it an A+ rated carrier that they quoted you with? That's the reason I bring it up to you. The quality does actually matter. Everybody thinks it doesn't happen until it does happen to you, and then there is a claim where somebody's seriously injured, or God forbid there's an employee that's injured. That's when the quality of your carrier matters. You're not really thinking about how much you saved $100 a month when you have a serious claim or somebody's suing you. That's the reason we do recommend. It's always going with a quality carrier. And
300, maybe $500. I would probably even go with you, because of the quality or whatever you're telling me. Mm-hmm. But in this case,
just so we know, it's 9 payments here with CNA for $572 a month. 9 installments of $572. So you said you were getting a quote that's like 60% cheaper, you said? Got it. Okay, so yeah, this one with CNA insurance, for both, this is the general liability and the work comp included. And it's rated on the, the revenue you told me, and also $50,000 in payroll. The installments come out to so 9 payments of $572 a month. You know, for the year total for the year, Ivan, it's $7,134. This is including both general liability and the work comp together. So you're saying they're coming in around like 4,200. You said like roughly like half of it. 4,200 for both the general liability and work comp with $50K in payroll. Got it. So they're charging you $1,500 to start the policy, and then $600 for the GL. So work comp $1,500, $600 for the GL. So $2,100 to start the policy, and then you're saying it's only $70 a month. Okay, that seems super strange too. I'm assuming maybe probably charging you a big broker fee or something like that. I'm guessing with a down payment that large and then your monthly installments being so low, it sounds like maybe they're charging you like a big broker fee on the front end. Is that what they're doing? Got it. Yeah, and look, if there's something better, by all means, I'll tell you, hey, go with that policy. I honestly just want the best for whatever, you know, your situation. And that's why I'm just making sure I'm asking kind of deeper questions to make sure, you know, you're protected properly and you're not getting like, you know, scammed out of a policy here. It sounds like what they're doing is they're charging you like a very large broker fee, and then they're promising you like very low installments, which that almost any carrier that we work with, or any carrier across the board, they don't do that. That just sounds completely off. And just so you know, the rates for workers' comp, they're almost all the same with every carrier. They're not necessarily, workers' comp insurance rates are pretty much dictated pretty much across the board by state rates. It's usually 8.5 for painting on the high wage. If you pay over $32 an hour to your employees, just for the workers' comp, if you're doing 50,000 in payroll, 8.5 rate, 50,000 times 8.5, it comes out to 42.65. So just right there, it sounds like something might be wrong with the way they're rating you. Yeah, I'm not sure what, maybe they're playing around with the numbers or something to try to get you, you know, to sign a policy or something. Is that accurate? You're saying 50,000 with 2 employees? Does that sound right? Like what you're doing? That's correct. Yeah, and I think we had it originally at 75,000. And we adjusted that. Yeah, got it. Yeah, yeah, we did adjust that. Let me see if there's another way we can check with another carrier. Sometimes they do have some you know, rate credits that we can add as well to the quotes. Underwriting sometimes approves if we ask if there's credits that can be applied to discount your premium. So yeah, let me see what I can do. I highly recommend just go and double check. I would ask the other agent or whoever is quoting you, are you charging me a broker fee? Here in my office, we don't charge any broker fees. So we're not charging you anything additional to what the insurance company charges for a premium. So I would just recommend, before you do sign that, go and ask them. Of course, yeah, just like a State Farm agent or a farmer's agent sells State Farm and farmers products, the insurance company makes the rates and we get paid commission from the insurance carriers. That's how we make money. Some agents, they do that, and then on top of that, they'll charge you a big broker fee just for their services. We don't charge any broker fees in addition to anything that we do for, you know, quoting you or servicing you or anything like that. We just take the commission from the carriers that they pay us, just like a State Farm or Farmers or, you know, Allstate company pays agents. That's the exact same thing we do, but some agents out there, they throw a big broker fee on top of the premium. And they basically, and that's what it sounds like, because that is usually collected at the down payment. I just wanted to make you aware of that. Yeah, of course. No, I hear you. Ivan, it's my job. I'm not doing my job if I don't let you know like the potential exposures.
You guys also go based on statistics, right? It's just like driving a car, right? I mean, there's like 5 million drivers in California. What are the chances that you are going to get into an accident?
Sure. Yeah, no, I hear you. I mean, it's unlikely, but the times it matters, and that's when it does matter, is, you know, which company, which carrier. Also, another factor is which agent you're with. You know, if you do have a good agent, Ivan, there's you call me and you're like, hey, Chris, something happened. This was the type of claim. I'm like, hey, Ivan, this is the type of claim that's covered. if you say this, it's not covered. Just so you know, these are the two routes. If the claim is presented to a claims adjuster this way, it is covered. If it's not, this is not covered. You know?
100% honest with you. I'll be 100% honest with you.
Let's be honest.
And I kind of get what you're saying, because before I used to have a cheap car insurance, you know, and when the time came, you know, it only covers so much, right? I mean, that's what they do. And, you know, now that I have a better insurance carrier, you know, I haven't had the need to use it, but, you know, I'm hoping that things are different when I do have the need to use it. So that part, I get it. But at the end of the day, I mean, your insurance is always only going to cover what you're paying for, or what it goes under your insurance, right? And at the end of the day, when you are placing a claim and stuff like that, you know, everybody starts pointing fingers at everybody, and that's it, you know?
Well, yeah, as your agent, Ivan, that's my duty to go to bat for you as well. And that's why I always do recommend to my clients, I say, hey, call me first if there's a claim. I can help guide you through this and make sure, you know, we do get this in the right hands, and also the claim gets sorted out appropriately, so you are covered. If it is a covered claim, obviously we have to be in compliance and be ethical. We can't, steer you into do something unethical, obviously, but that's where my job comes in, also to push and fight for you too. Another reason why it's good to work with a good agent too. That's just another factor, but
be doable, but like I said, you got to put your money where your words are, and if you're committed to it, then I don't mind to go over it and talk to my wife about it and see where we go.
Yeah, of course. I was gonna say too, yeah, if it's some dramatic difference in premium, I completely understand. I would do the same thing if I were you. I just want to make sure you're with a good company. I'm surprised that there's somebody that's quoting you so much less. It sounds something might be off.
It's most likely that, right? Too good to be true.
Exactly.
And that's where I'm standing now. But $1,000, $2,000, or in this case $4,000, most likely I'm just gonna throw it away. So if I can throw away $1,000 instead of $4,000, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I hear you 100%. No, totally. Yeah, Ivan, if you give me another shot here, let me see what I can do to try to get this as low as we possibly can for the pricing. Yeah, we'll do. Sounds good. And Ivan, yeah, just double check too the quote that they gave you. Just make sure they're quoting you with the right amount. And then also ask them too, are you guys charging me a broker fee or something like that? Because it sounds weird.
Have a minute, I can go over it with you.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if you don't mind. Okay. Anywhere on there does it show your revenue and payroll that they're rating you on? 150? And then payroll, does it say anything? Surprisingly, that does make a difference on the general liability too, Ivan. I know it seems weird, but yeah, your payroll actually impacts the rate of general liability as well. No, that's the agent, I think, Ivan. So the carrier is the one who's actually insuring you. It should be the one. It should show somewhere on there, at least the company that they're quoting you with that rate, because it's not the agency that's covering you. It's the carrier, insurance carrier. For the work comp. Okay, got it. So that's why. So they're charging you $1,400 down payment, and then they're doing pay as you go. So the pay as you go, Ivan, that's basically as you report payroll every month, which we could definitely do for you too. It's no problem. It just basically means that every time you report payroll, they just charge you your payroll, your workers' comp on top of your payroll. So if you do, and that's a good way to go if that's something you're interested in, because it keeps your rate very, the rate is the rate, but it'll keep your insurance cost for workers' comp very kind of, consistent, or not necessarily accurate. That's the right word, is accurate, because you pay a little more in payroll that month, your workers' comp will go up that month. If you pay a little less in payroll that month, it'll go down. So it's literally as you go workers' comp, but they're still charging you the $1,400 plus your workers' comp cost every month, which we don't know. Yeah, of course. No, yeah, like I said, that is a good way to go. The only thing is, yeah, you don't really know your total cost with that. Like the rate is going to be, you know, it still could add up quite a bit. It could be significantly more. We don't know because it's pay as you go. So that, like I said, we can definitely get you a quote for pay as you go as well. And the pay as you go we have, Ivan, it doesn't have a down payment at all. There's no down payment. It's just literally you just report your first payroll, and that's when the workers' comp cost, you know, it ties directly to your payroll, but there's no down payment on that one. Okay, well, yeah, no, thanks so much, Ivan. I appreciate it. Let me see what I can do here. Do you want the pay as you go option? Do you prefer that? Yeah, like I said, one of the great benefits is there's no down payment. So that one is good. You don't pay anything up front. The only thing you would need is the general liability. Yeah. Okay, sounds great. Ivan, yeah, let me see what I can do. I'm going to re-quote it. There's another carrier we work with that does the pay as you go option. So it'll be a different company. But let me check everything. I'm going to check back with CNA and see if there's something we can do, and then I'll check the other options too, and then I'll give you a couple to compare and just to kind of look at. And if it's something, you know, we'd love to earn your business if it is something that we can find closer to that range.
If you think comes any closer to this, you definitely get it.
Awesome. Okay, sounds good, Ivan. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and appreciate the opportunity. I'll get back to you here probably within the next by tomorrow. I'll have the quotes all ready for you. Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks so much, Ivan. Okay, have a good day. Thanks. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. All right, as you can see in this call here, there were several things that I did. I drove some doubt. I drove the potential errors another agent made. I exposed some, things that were red flags to me that seemed like red flags. Like this could be, a large broker fee. We don't charge broker fees. Then he doubted it. How do you make money then? I cleared that. I spoke with confidence. I was speaking clearly. I directed everything towards him. Hey, Ivan, I really built trust. I said, hey, look, if you have something better, by all means, you should go with it. Let me just make sure it's my job as an insurance advisor, like telling that to the customer, letting them know that is how we operate, and really reassuring him, building trust, building rapport with him, and showing my expertise in what I do. That is what ultimately gave him that reassurance, and that, they just see prices. A lot of these guys are out, they're busy, they're working, they're doing a bunch of things, and they just check their email real quick on their phone. They're like, this guy's charging me, $900 a month. This guy said $600, boom, let's go with this one. But when you have a conversation like that and you go deeper and you really build that relationship up, that's how you win those opportunities. Now, the guy just said, if you even come close, I'm willing to pay more. I'll go with you because I like you. Put your money where your mouth is. You'll go to bat for me if there's a claim. 100%, I truly mean that. I'm not just saying stuff to get people's business. I will go to bat for him if there is a claim, and I will remember that for that guy. And I will do that for anybody, any customer. But specifically, like now I said that, so I have to for sure, if that ever does happen, God forbid, hopefully it doesn't. But that's it. I hope that brought you some value. I hope you got something from that, because that was one that really was a dead opportunity. The guy was like, nah. I lost him on the phone. It hung up because I accidentally muted myself, and he hung up. And then I called him back 4 times. He hung up. He kept denying the call. And I finally called. I called. He kept denying and denying. I called 4 times. He finally answered the phone. Got him on the phone again. And then it's so funny whenever they answer after the 4th time. They're like, oh, sorry, I think I lost you. No, dude, I muted you. You then denied my call 4 times, and then you answered again. I lost you, man. It was me. But anyways, I just pretend like, oh yeah, sorry, man. I think I lost you. Really, really good example of how you can turn an opportunity around and not just flop at the first, oh, it's too expensive. Like, be a little baby about it. Be like, oh, okay, sorry, sir. I'm sorry I gave you an expensive quote. No. Sir, one sec, let me take a look. Who'd you go with? What company is it? Are they charging you the right stuff? Are they matching what we're quoting you with? Is it the same quality? What kind of quality company is it? These are all fair questions that it's your duty as an insurance advisor to go beyond the first, no. You have to go deeper. Why? What company are you with? Who are you with? Take it personally that if this guy, first thing I thought was like, if this guy goes with this dog shit company and he ends up having a claim and they deny his claim, and I didn't push a little bit further to get him with a company that is going to protect him. Maybe he pays a little bit more, but I went the extra mile and made sure he's covered. That would not sit with me. Like, God forbid the guy calls back, hey man, I had this terrible experience with the other company. I got a huge claim. They didn't pay me. I couldn't work for 4 months. Now I'm like barely making it. You know, hey man, I take that personally. So I don't let that kind of stuff happen. I push past it. And honestly, and that's how you win too. You win, they win, everybody wins. That's the point of it. So that's it. I hope you like this. Let's go. Good stuff. See you guys soon.